Hello, Basement Movie Room. Welcome back to another review. This time we are reviewing Godzilla versus Kong. I had to make sure of the title because I wasn't sure. So we saw this tonight in the theater. It's the first theater movie I've seen in a while with like a general audience. I mean, we've done some rentals and things like that. But yeah, took the kids, saw it. So I mean, there's really not much to explain Godzilla vs. Kong. If you've seen the previous movies, it's not that much different. Kong Skull Island being my favorite of the previous three by a pretty long shot, to be honest, on that one, because it was by far the best.
Second Godzilla movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I like the second one, and I don't. Adam Wingard directed this one. I'm not sure if he had anything to do with the previous ones or not, but no, he did a decent job. Direction was good. A lot of CG in this movie, clearly, because it's Godzilla vs. Kong. Come on, how do you not do CG? But essentially, the story is Kong is still on Skull Island, but they've adapted Skull Island to Kong and kind of trapped him into a certain area. And then Godzilla is still roaming free, essentially, and the world assumes that Godzilla is a friend, but all of a sudden Godzilla attacks a facility for Apex Cybernetics, which is this big, they're a technology firm, I guess, run by Demian Bashir. Great actor, terrific. I don't think he had much to do in this movie overall, but he's a great actor. So in the similar time, Demian Bashir is also going to Alexander Skarsgård, or Stellan Skarsgård's son, for this Hollow Earth theory, because Alexander Skarsgård has this theory that they can get to the Hollow Earth by going into these certain areas, and he wants to use Kong to do this. So he convinces Kong's handler, which she was in Iron Man 3, I think we mentioned. Yeah. So Kong's handler to let them use Kong. So they're worried that when they take Kong out, that Godzilla is going to come to take him on because it's another Titan. In the meantime, Godzilla attacks that Apex facility, and everybody thinks, oh, Godzilla's a bad guy now. He's not helping humanity anymore. So they have Kong out. Godzilla, of course, senses him and comes to attack. There's a nice battle on the ship. On ships and in the ocean, which Kong's clearly at a disadvantage on that one.
And those ships really can hold a lot of weight.
Yeah, and Kong's gigantic in this. He's the same size as Godzilla, which I don't think he was before.
Yeah,
so
the scale,
I guess it's 45 years later or 40-something years later from
the scale seems like it changes.
Yeah, scale changes.
Yeah.
Oh no,
especially when he's on the ship.
They can't keep a regular
tiny,
scale.
Because I even looked over it, it's like, man, he looks tiny.
Yeah, but they can't keep a regular scale. Definitely
tough.
Sometimes he's way bigger. Sometimes he looks smaller.
He's definitely bigger than Peter Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, who was just on the top of the.
He was tiny. Yeah. So
which is classic Kong. We're dealing with Super Kong at this point, I guess. So nonetheless, they fight, and they end up kind of tricking Godzilla into thinking the fight's over, and Godzilla. So they get to this Hollow Earth area in Antarctica, and they end up going in.
A pretty weak trip, by the
way. Yeah,
it didn't really make sense.
The human parts of this movie are so boring.
Yeah,
there's no point to them. But the movie would have been 35 minutes long otherwise.
You got to throw that boring human element in there.
Yeah, so Demian Bashir, he hosts essentially this trip to Antarctica to go into the Hollow Earth, which Kong is supposed to guide them to this energy in the Hollow Earth, which works. He guides them to the energy, and of course, Demian Bashir turns out to be evil villain guy, and his daughter's evil villain daughter, and
right from the get-go, she was being a jerk.
Yeah,
it's
and it ends up what they're after.
It is what it is. Yeah.
What they're after is this energy source to run what they built, which is Mechagodzilla, which is the whole reason why Godzilla attacked the Apex facility, because he sensed a Titan there that he needed to take out. So they built their own Titan, and come to find out, ultimately, they've used King Ghidorah's skull and DNA to build this Titan and use that. So, of course, everything goes wrong, and Kong and Godzilla end up fighting in Hong Kong, destroying most of Hong Kong's business district, I would assume. And then Mechagodzilla breaks out right as Kong's about to die.
I felt like Man of Steel.
Yeah, the destruction for sure.
Yeah, little
So
larger level.
they have a big Godzilla Kong fight, which is the best part of the movie, really. It's a fantastic fight, it really is. Kong got this big giant axe that he found in the middle of the earth that belonged to his family, essentially. Because apparently his family was the one who ran the energy source. It's not really clear. To be honest, the movie has a lot of kind of parts you're just supposed to be like, oh, okay, it's fine, you know? And it is, ultimately. So they have the big fight, and then Demon Bashir awakens Mechagodzilla with his chief tech officer controlling him, but apparently Ghidorah still had something to say and just takes over. At least that's what it looked like. I don't know. It's never made clear, but essentially Mechagodzilla begins operating on his own.
Yeah.
So he's troublesome. He goes after Godzilla, trying to kill Godzilla. Godzilla's getting destroyed by him, essentially. And then Kong, who Godzilla had basically defeated earlier, was about to die. The humans revive him by using this huge electrical shock, and he comes back and basically helps Godzilla defeat Mechagodzilla, which is pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What's not awesome is the whole human parts. The whole parts with Millie Bobby Brown and
So boring.
Brian Tyree Henry and the New Zealander kid from Deadpool, who's a great actor. That was all very boring. Not good. They could have left it all out. Every time it came on, I was like, oh, God, how long is this going to last?
Just get back to it.
Yeah, get me back to Kong. Because honestly, Kong's the best part of the movie, in my opinion, at least. Godzilla's interesting, but he's really not the focus of the movie. Kong is really the focus of the movie. So when they're on Kong, I thought it was the best parts of the movie, and the fights were the best parts of the movie. But yeah, I mean, the human part's boring. It really dragged it down for me. Overall,
It's kind of typical with these movies.
Yeah,
too,
that's how
with the human parts.
the first Godzilla was like so bad.
Yeah.
Way too much stuff.
It's like, oh, there's gods.
No.
There he goes.
Yeah. The first one was terrible. The second one was better with it. The fights were much better. The human parts were still terrible. Kong Skull Island, that got it all right. The human parts were interesting.
Really enjoyed that, yeah.
And they never were away from Kong for too long. This one kind of falls back into that trope of being with the humans a little too long and wanting us to care about their story, but I really didn't care about their story. I really didn't. So ultimately, the movie's got great fights with monsters. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, the CGI was great.
CGI's great. Yeah, it had some dodgy parts here and there. I mean, they always do.
A lot of the scenes with the water looked a little dodgy.
Yeah, Yeah,
So,
definitely dodgy
a
on
little,
that stuff.
yeah,
Like when Godzilla was swimming through the water, you can see the waves
Yeah.
and stuff, and it felt like it didn't look right. It didn't quite look right. They didn't do it right. So yeah. So ultimately, the fights were good. The human parts were terrible.
just totally didn't care about the storyline. Just wanted to see the two fight.
That's the important part. That's a
And that's
Godzilla
it.
movie.
Yeah.
You know, that's a Godzilla movie.
So,
I want to see
I
the
mean,
fights.
there's a lot in this movie that is just like way out there.
Yeah.
So
It gets pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at the Hollow Earth, and there's like stairs and stuff, and you're just like, who built this stuff?
The structures that were
Yeah.
built.
Who
that-
built this
yeah.
stuff? Because, I mean, the axe that he ends up finding in the Hollow Earth is like a primitive type axe, but then we have these perfectly shaped stairs that he walks down. It's like, who did this?
And then he fits the axe in that little.
Yeah, that's all very like.
It's like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
the remnants of the Death Star that match up to that compass. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That type of deal.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching big monsters fight, so you really don't care about story.
Yeah, you don't.
You're
It
there
doesn't matter.
for the CG.
And they try to put in too much of it in this movie, ultimately. What about score? How'd you feel about the score?
Score, I mean, it was okay. I mean,
It's what it needed.
don't really remember too much about it.
Yeah, I mean, the big fight score was
Yeah.
appropriate, but I honestly thought they should have just put like a rock
Just
song
that
in
typical.
there. I think they should have put a rock song in there. I thought it would have been cooler to put a rock. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
Score's always
Pretty
it's fine.
generic.
The
Pretty
score's
generic.
fine. Yeah, the score's fine.
So
So yeah. All right, so we'll go to rating, I guess, at this point. I'll let you go first.
For what it is, this type of movie out of 5, I have to go with a 3.5.
You're a lot higher than I would be.
Yeah.
Because I did not enjoy it very much. I liked the fights, but the rest of the stuff was not good. I'm at a 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's middle of the road for me. And that would have been what I rated the original Godzilla. King of the Monsters would have been a little bit above that. And Kong Skull Island is far above that because that is the best. If you haven't seen Kong Skull Island, watch it because I think it's the best. Maybe it's just because I'm more a Kong fan than a Godzilla fan. Because
Well, they really made you sympathize with Kong.
They did.
So
Yeah, Kong's definitely the star of this movie.
I'm just trying to think of this type of movie, like score-wise for, you know.
Yeah.
First Godzilla, I would have probably done 2.
Yeah.
So
2.5 for me. Yeah. So yeah, I'm at 2.5.
Skull Island, yeah, is definitely better than this one.
Yeah, you're at 3.5.
Yeah, I'll go 3.5.
Yeah.
Because it was the action. I mean, it was everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I expected.
Yeah. No, those parts were great. That's why it's getting 2.5.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
But,
Well, that's our scores. That's all I've got. Anything else from you?
no, that's it.
All right.
And
We'll
that's,
see you next time on Basement Movie Room.
cheers.
And they're the last ones standing.
I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
Who bows to who?
Nobody gon' stop me.
Kong bows to no one.
Here we go.